Are you okay? You all right? Is your hi-fi getting to you? Is it driving you a little nutty? It's getting weird, right? It's just not sounding right. There's a noise, there's a buzz, there's a hum. Or just the bass is out of control. The top end is burning holes in your eardrums. It's just not right, and you don't know why. It was okay, and then it's not okay, right? But I have this friend, Jack, and he is just, his turntable, his analog part of his system drives him crazy. He's always hearing too much noise. He thinks the noise is out of control. I've been to his house. It's not weird, but for some reason he'll say, he'll be texting me, he'll be calling me saying, "Steve, you gotta come over. It's just, this does something really wrong. I need an objective voice." And I go there, and then there's nothing. Okay, if I put my ear up against a tweeter, I hear some hiss. Go, yeah. There's hiss, but that's okay. That's normal. Don't worry about it. You can't hear the hiss when the music's playing. And when you're 8-10 feet away from the speakers, then it's okay, And I'll go, yeah, you're right. And then a week later, he's calling up the manufacturer and he's sending it back to wherever, Vendetta or something. It's like, and then they get it and they check it out and they say, no, Jack, it's cool, it's fine. He's like, are you sure? And they go, yeah. Gets it back, he hooks it up, he's okay for a couple of days. Yeah, I guess it's good. But then he does that thing where one time he's like turning the gain all the way up on his preamp. Not the phono preamp is the phono preamp, but he's turning up the volume all the way. Like when he listens loud, the volume's at maybe, let's say 1 o'clock, and he's turning up to 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. I said, yeah, you hear all that noise? Yeah, but that's okay. There's a lot of gain in the system, and your speakers are pretty sensitive, so yeah, I hear the noise. So isn't that wrong? I said, not wrong. That's okay. He calms down, and then he gets weird again. And it's driving him crazy. It's driving me crazy. He's sending them back to the company. It's driving them crazy. Yeah, it's out of control, basically, is what I'm saying. And I dealt with this a lot when I was a hi-fi salesman, and I'd have customers that were complaining about stuff. One time I had this guy, and he had a Wadia DAC. It's an expensive DAC, and it just crapped out. It wasn't like he was being neurotic or anything. And he says to me, "This is an outrage. I spent a lot of money for this DAC. How dare it break?" And I said, "Hey, Mr. Smith, I'm really sorry your DAC is broken, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This is what I did. I'm going to send a guy to your house to lend you something while the DAC's being repaired, and I'll send it back to Wadia, and we'll see what's up." And he's like, "Well, okay." And I called them up, and they said, "Yeah, we understand he's a frustrated customer. We want to make our customers happy." He says, "Well, overnight it to us at Wadia, and then we'll have somebody look at it right away, and then we'll overnight it back, and we'll be good, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's cool." So I tell the customer that, and he said, "That's not good enough." I said, "You have music now. The company's going to get it, and instantly turn it around, get it back to us." So it's been gone like a total of 3 days. And he was like, "No, I want a new one." And I said, "I don't think it works that way. I'm sorry you have this problem." And he says, "Well, I feel really insecure about it. It's going to break again." I said, I don't know. Let's see what they say when they get it. Let's see what Wadia has to say. And Wadia got it, and they said, no, it was just, I don't remember, a bad solder joint, whatever it was, something very, very minor. And he was just like a dog on a bone. He would not let up. Like he wanted a new one. And I got in touch with Wadia, and I said, he wants a new one. Would you swap it out? And they said, I remember their response was, well, we would, but we can't because we don't have any of that model, meaning they don't make all of them all the time. They make a run of one model, and then they make something else. And the model that he had, whatever it was, this is 20 years ago, we don't have any, we won't have any for a few months. And he didn't believe me, and then he had called them, and yeah, it's tough. It's hard out there. And I wanted my customers to be happy. I do relate to people who are having problems. Believe me, I've been neurotic myself. And but some people you just can't help them, because it's more in their problem than the external thing of the audio system itself. I guess that's what I'm circling around here. Sometimes it's you has nothing to do with the gear, and sometimes it is the gear and it's driving you crazy. So it's a bi-directional issue here that we're talking about with people getting nutty about their hi-fi. And sometimes, in this case, as the audio salesman, I was the in-between person in this story. But believe me, I've been the victim of this many times, with bad experiences with stuff. Where I remember one time I had a party, I had sim deck speakers, played it really loud, and I was convinced the day after the party that I had fried one of the tweeters because I heard just this little bit of distortion, especially when I played piano. I could hear piano's getting hit hard. I just hear it like going, like the voice coils rubbing. And the end result was they said, you know what, Steve, we'll just send you a new tweeter, and because it was easy enough to pop it in, put in the new tweeter. I don't know if the new tweeter sounds as good as the old tweeter, of course, if that's what you're thinking. But the point is, we all have our crazies when it comes to audio equipment. It just brings that out in people. Now, digital, of course, on the other hand, is a little less, it doesn't excite people the same way in terms of making them neurotic about it. I think it's a little easier. It's either kind of works or it doesn't work. But of course, you could have issues with grounding and power supplies and some amount of noise, because I do hear some noise coming from digital stuff. So it's less so. It doesn't seem to press those buttons quite the same way as analog audio does. I want to hear from you guys. Does your hi-fi make you nuts? Does it just get in there and screw with you and make you lose sleep overnight as you're wondering, why isn't there? Yeah, I want to know. So tell me about it. Tell us about it. Share it in the comments section. My name, if you haven't guessed by now, is Steve Guttenberg, and this is the Audiophiliac Daily Show. It comes up 5 days a week right now, more or less. If you dig it, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Anyway, back to the business at hand. You can follow me on Twitter at AudiophiliacMan. You can check me out on Instagram at steve.guttenberg. You can check out the Patreon at patreon.com/audiophiliac. What else? Oh, check out the playlist. I got reviews. Man, have I got reviews. You can check out speaker reviews. There's a playlist for that. A playlist for amplifier reviews. A playlist for headphone reviews. There's another playlist for component reviews, interviews, tons and tons and tons of stuff right here on the Audiophiliac Daily Show. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Bye-bye.